there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through how you can complete the autumn season of Series 36 to get 50% for a Lexus LFA. A lot of people like that car for its insane sound. Whether you want 80% for the 1995 Toyota MR2, one of a few Toyotas that we have this week, or whether you just want 100% to be perfect. And to give yourself the best opportunity to get 50% of the whole series for a Horizon Backstage Pass to spend on any car of your choosing. You will be able to get 50% this week, and also towards 80% for the Nissan Pulsar, which you'll be able to unlock in winter if you complete all of the other seasons. So this guide will include absolutely everything to do with the season, and you can also find timestamps for each chapter or each part of the season, and also any other information regarding tune codes and events and stuff like that in the description. And as always, I'll pop the pinned comment on for the Forzathon shop, Horizon Backstage vote, and the Super 7 with all of my opinions that I don't want to share in the video because it'll take up too much time. So basically, I've already told you the rewards here. So for the trial, you've got the Holden VL Group A, very nice car, but I've never driven it. For the autumn games, which you do not have to win, you will get a Honda NSX-R from 2005. Again, I've not driven that car, but I believe it is very nice. For Retro Tourism, you'll get yourself a 1992 Toyota Sleeker, very nice car. For Journey into the Night, an 89 Toyota MR2, and then from Mazda's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll get the brand new to Series 36 Mazda Cosmo, which is the second car of 3 cars that we'll get in the series. We had the Mazda RX-3 in summer, and we'll have the Celine S1 in spring, so no new cars in winter, which does kind of make sense if there's only 3 cars. For the monthly rivals, basically if you haven't completed this yet, now is the time to do it, but you can complete it in any of the 4 seasons along with Online Adventure. So if you complete it in summer, for example, like I did, then you'll start from 21% each season, as long as you've done Online Adventure as well, because monthly rivals is 6%, Online Adventure is 15%. So you'll start, if you complete both of these in summer, from 21% each week. So that'll give you a big boost for that as well. However, if you complete it in autumn, winter or spring, it'll add any percentage on that you've missed to the seasons that you hadn't completed it in. So if you didn't quite get 80% because you haven't completed it, if you complete it later in the month, then you will still get it as long as you completed it within the 4 seasons. So for the monthly rivals, all you need to do is grab the Mazda Cosmo, which is actually released this week, like I just mentioned, and take it around the Asmere Heritage Circuit against the rival. So it doesn't matter whether you beat the rival, doesn't matter who the rival is, doesn't matter how long your time is. All you need to do is make sure you don't hit any walls, miss any checkpoints, or rewind, because then that will put a flag next to your lap, and then that will be your lap. Don't even have to do another lap. So you can try to get higher up on the leaderboard, like I shall be doing and have already done. But to get it completed in the festival playlist, all you need to do is post a clean lap. And for Online Adventure, you just need to either, if you haven't qualified for Ranked Adventure yet and it doesn't let you do it, you need to do Quick Play Adventure and reach Tier 3 in racing or games. I'd probably say racing's quicker, but it depends on how much time you've got to complete it. So reach Tier 3 in any of them adventures. It'll lock Ranked Adventure just for that category. So if you want Ranked Adventure in games as well, then you'll have to do it in games as well. But just for this, you only need to do 1. And then once you've unlocked Ranked Adventure, unless you have already, if you've already got Ranked Adventure unlocked, just ignore what I just said. This is for people that haven't unlocked it. Then you need to just do 1 Ranked Adventure Championship in racing or games, again, whichever you prefer, and to get it completed in the festival playlist. And you can carry on going higher, but I believe that the system's a bit bugged, so it doesn't really give you many points. So I'd just say do what you want, and you don't need to do it once for the festival playlist. So that is basically this. For any daily Forzathon challenges, obviously you have 1 released each day, and you get 72 hours to complete them, so that's 3 days. So they're released on 3:30 PM GMT every day, same as the season changes every week, and you just need to complete them, and they'll get you 10 Forzathon points or 20 Forzathon points if you own the Lake Lodge house. So basically, if you do need any help with these, they should be fairly self-explanatory, but if you do need any help, let me know down in the comments below and I'll try my best to help you out. Or you can search up the name of the challenge on YouTube, and I'm sure someone like Steve the Pirate or something will have a video on it from a while back. So basically that is that. And then for the weekly Forzathon challenge called Tough Cookie in a Sports Utility Hero, you'll find a link to my video that I did last night, like I usually do with them on a Wednesday, day ahead of the season, by basically going into the upcoming challenges here, so I don't do the time travel thing or anything. You can find a link to that at the end screen of this video, or you can find it on my channel in the video section or the seasonal Forzathons playlist, or if you've already watched it and you subscribe to the channel, it'll appear in your subscriptions list as well. So it's a really fun Forzathon actually, and you can find how to do that there. For the photo challenge, it's called #CastleInTheSky, and all you need to do to get a super wheel spin of 3% is take a photo of any Nissan with the Bamburgh castle. So let's say Nissan GTR, Nissan Pulsar, Nissan Silvia, Nissan Titan. Just getting any Nissan, doesn't matter what, doesn't matter whether it's orange, whether it's pink, whether it's S1, whether it's C-Class. Just get in any Nissan, go to Bamburgh Castle, which is actually where this Playground Games is located this week. So here, there's a massive sign. Just go anywhere you can see the actual castle, and make sure your car's in it as well, and then that will be it completed. So maybe you want to jump off the ramp and get one in the air, do a barrel roll, do one when you're drifting around the area, whatever you want to do, that is what you need to do for the photo challenge. Now for the seasonal PR stunts, they'll get you a super wheel spin each as usual. The danger sign's fairly easy, same for the speed zone and the speed trap, so they're fairly easy this week, and with it being autumn there's no risks of snow or anything, which we'll have next week, and I might end up having to do a separate video on them PR stunts, but we'll see what we get. So I'll be using the Mosler MT900S, as you can see I'm in it now, for these 3 stunts, just because it's a really easy car to use. You should all have been gifted one at some point before I started playing, and we got gifted them. So in your message centre, there should be one gifted there, and you should probably have claimed it by now, or you can find them in the auction for a really cheap. I think they're only like a couple of hundred credits, a couple of 100,000 credits, sorry. So really easy car to use, and it's also a really fun car, very good car at completing stunts. So the share code for my tune is in the description, and we're going to be starting with the Mam Tor Danger Sign. So you need 308 metres, so that's actually 3.2 metres more than the usual 3-star objective, so basically just going for 3 stars if you sum it up that way. My PB here is 400 metres, so it is pretty easy. You just have to make sure you don't like hit stuff on your run up and that, and try not to hit any trees when you land. So with the Mosler, obviously you can brake in the air and it dips the front, so you can roll a bit more, but it depends on your luck. I don't seem to have very much luck with it. So here we are in my V8 Mosler, because as you know I'm not a fan of any of the other engines available for this car. It doesn't have like dirt tyres or anything on it, so it might be a bit slidey, but if you manage to tame it, you should be alright. So there you go, 346 metres, and that was with a pretty slidey and wrecked up run up, so pretty easy there. Just start back where I did by the massive windmill thing and you'll be absolutely fine. So you can use cars such as the Ferrari Evo for this, Hyundai S200. The Trailcat might do it, or it might be a bit heavy, but I'd say you need at least S2 for this. So you'll be able to find some cheap offshore cars that can do this as well, but I'm just using the Mosler because it's an easy option. Now for the speed trap, which is called Deep Vale, and you need 165 miles an hour, so this is 5 mile an hour more than usual 3-star objective. I'm sorry, I'm not Google, so I don't know what that is in kilometres an hour. So apologies for that if you don't use miles an hour. So basically you can start both ways really, because this way you've got a corner, this way you've got a corner. Doesn't really matter which way you start from. I'm just going to go down here. With this car you'll easily be able to get completed within like a couple of 100 meters, because the acceleration's really good. The Shelby Monaco or King Cobra, which I personally hate with a passion, will do this easier because it's the fastest accelerating car in the game, along with the Rimac, the F1 GT, and the Ferrari Evo, McLaren Senna, Koenigsegg 1-1, etc. These will all do it really easily, because it's not really a hard challenge. So we've got a bit of rain here, so it's going to affect my run-up. I'm just going to cut this here because it makes it easier. And he's failed. Right, okay, so you've just watched me fail by 0.99 of a mile an hour. Right, so I'm going to go from this side. Yeah, that was pretty jinxed. So yeah, I'm not really sure which way is best. I don't think it really is a best way to do it. But there you go, 189 miles an hour going that way. So maybe that way is best, and maybe you just don't cut the field. And that was probably just me being silly. But really easy one there, as long as you don't mess up like I did. Right, and now for the speed zone, which is all the way down here by the bottom of the motorway. It is called Brookside, and you need 147 mile an hour, so that is 2 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective. My PB here, as you can see, is 172 mile an hour, probably in the IDR or the Mosler, so quite an easy one as long as you brake on time and don't overshoot it. You can go both ways. This way you'll be accelerating out, this way you'll have to brake more. It's up to you, personal opinion here. I'm just going to go back about here. The Mosler's really grippy and fast, this will do it easily, but the Koenigsegg CC GT is more grippy, the VW IDR like I said, and the Ferrari 599 Evo. Any car like that will do you fine in this one, as long as it's fast and grippy-ish. Right, so I'm just going to set off now, revving it right up here in the manual with clutch gearbox. So here it's important not to overshoot it. The handling on this is really good. Make sure you brake on time, obviously. Don't start accelerating too much. And there you go, 167 miles an hour. So that was pretty close to my PB actually. But so really easy one. And again, you can go this way. But you might struggle for speed, but I don't think you will really. So there you go, 3 really easy PR stunts, but if you are having any trouble with them, let me know in the comments, and I can always suggest a couple of other cars once I have time as well. So now we shall move on to the championships. I'm going to suggest some cars that I think will do the best in them championships, trial and games events. I've put my top 2 or 3 cars and the codes for the tunes for them in the description. All but one of them is my tune. The one that isn't is actually Robert's tune. You may have seen him on the channel in comment sections, live streams, etc. And his gamertag's Valdez87. So basically I've put that in the description as well, so you know it's not my tune. Really good tune actually. It's his first tune that he's done, but I'll mention more about that in a minute. So let's start then with Retro Tourism. So for this one, it's dirt racing and you need a B-class retro rally, so at least it's not like B-class retro rally on street scene, because that's normally what they do. Well, yes, hopefully we'll be alright for this one. So quite a few cars you can take for this. Obviously it's going to be a bit sluggish because it's B-class, so it's not going to be particularly fast, but I've got a few cars to suggest for you here. And again, share codes for the tunes are in the description. My top 2 or 3 rest can be found by my gamertag Shylo 2017. So the Ford Escort RS Cosmos, I believe I've got 2 or 3 tunes for this one. One of them's a power one, and one of them's more handling based. So it's not my favourite car, but if you want to use it, then feel free. I don't really know why I've got 5 Ford Pumas. I need to sell them, I guess. The Nissan Pulsar GTI-R is the 80% price for the whole series, so you'll get it in winter, but it's been released like 4 or 5 times, as you can see, so you probably have one by now. My B-class tune for that is really fast, and I like it actually. I really love this car. The Peugeot 205, very what's the word? historical in rallying, let's say. So a really nice car there. The Subaru Legacy RS is really fast on straights. I've updated the tune so it is more handling based, but it's still really fast, got tons of power, so I'd highly suggest that you do use that as a cheap option. The Toyota Celica 92, which is the car you win, you can use that if you want, if you already have it. As you can see, I've got 3 of them, and then the other one, I've got 5 of the 94 Celica, and that's the best one in my opinion, so this is a good tune for that. So I'd say this Celica, the Legacy, the Peugeot and the Nissan will be my best bets for that. But you should be taking all-wheel drive, definitely, no doubt about that, so do not pick this unless you're going to upgrade it. Now we shall move on to the next championship, which is here. So it's street scene and it's called Journey into the Night, and you need an A-class Japanese car. So this will be interesting, so Nissan, Subarus, etc. I don't really know what I'm doing here, I need to go into sort. Idiot. Right, Japan. Okay, so there's quite a lot of cars you can take. I'm going to filter it to A-class because I had quite a job looking through it before. And then we go back to Japan. There we go. Right, so the 2004 Subaru Impreza, it's not the most competitive tune, it's more of a looks tune for the cop car, but it's a really, really nice car. Not in the auto show, but you'll probably have it by now, and I really love this car as well. This one isn't my tune, and I don't really suggest it. I believe this is the car you win for the games, so yeah, really nice car there. The Mitsubishi Lancer, again, not a really competitive tune, but it is really good as well. Might not be the fastest, but I do actually really like that car. The 2016 Mazda MX-5, really fast on straight, as you can see, it's got quite good handling as well. The Nissan Skyline from 1973, this is Roshan's tune with the Turbo Rally. I used it like last week or the week before for the games, and it's really good, I have to say. Really good handling and launch and stuff. The Honda Baja, I'm using it for another one of the championships, and because it's on street scene I haven't suggested it, but if you want to ram the Drivatars, then do feel free. So that's all the cars I've got tuned for this, but the MX-5, the Skyline and the Subaru are my best bets for that. Now let's move on to the next championship, which is, it's actually the final standard championship. So it's road racing, Mazda's Guide to Galaxy. This is the one where you get the brand new Mazda Cosmo and you need a B-class classic sports car. So we had this in the Forzathon either last week or the week before, I believe. Can't remember which. Classic sports cars. I know it's near the top-ish. Oh no, it isn't. It's down the bottom. There it is. So let's have a look then. The 2002 Turbo I used like last time we did a live stream, and it was really good on the straights. Not so good at cornering, but once you get used to it, it's really fun to drive. The Lotus Elan, a lot of people use that. This isn't the most competitive tune for it, but it is still really good as a cheap option. The Mazda RX-3, this is the one with Robert's tune, so really good. No Forza Aero actually, so it handles really well considering it hasn't got any aero, and it's also got Woody Fandy's design on it. I think that's all I've got tuned for B-class, but again, really nice. The 2002 Turbo and these three will do you the best there. Now if we move on to the trial, this is actually a really interesting one. So again, on the trial, it's against unbeatable Drivatars, that's the highest you can get, and you're on a co-op team. So the Drivatars generally are really fast or really slow, so it depends on your luck, I guess. And they do kind of like to ram you off and force field you and stuff. And yeah, the co-op team, your teammates often don't have a clue what they're meant to be doing. They think they're racing against you, so they ram you off and that. Don't be the one, don't be the rammer, don't be the one that quits. Just play fair and try and win as a team. We will be doing a live stream either tomorrow or Saturday probably, to help with the trial and any other events, so hopefully you'll be able to join us for that if you're having any trouble, but I'll let you know more on that when we have planned it. So you need an A-class Australian car, but for whatever reason it is on cross country. Yes, you did hear that right, it is cross country in bloody Australian muscle cars. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one. So if I take you to Australia, okay, right. So a few options here. You've got the 2014 HSV Gen F GTS. I really like that car, but I do, however, prefer the HSV GTS R. It's better for dirt race than cross country. This is the car you win. And then I haven't got any other tuned, but because it's cross country, you might want to take this van, which normally does have the back bit on, but I've made it into a pickup for a Forzathon. So you might want to see if anybody's got an A-class tune for this that's good for cross country. So somebody like you, Grundy, or one of the people that I know. I might put a comment on once I've had a look to see who has, or if you want me to suggest a couple of people, then let me know in the comments and I'll try and suggest. But I'm just thinking, because it'll probably be better on cross country. I don't really know, but maybe it will. But this will be the best bet on cross country. This is second, and maybe even this with an A-class tune, and it will do you alright as well. So yeah, interesting one there, but again, the live stream might be able to help you out. And then finally, for the playground games, which remember, you don't have to win, so don't quit, and just have a bit of fun. You don't need a particularly competitive car, but if you want to have a bit of fun, then you can pick one of my suggestions. So it's at Bamburgh Castle, and you need an A-class Honda. So again, Japanese. I don't know what I'm doing here. And it'll be quite interesting actually. I've only got one tuned, which is the Honda Baja, which we've mentioned before on the Japan thing. So this is obviously an off-road Baja buggy thing, so it's really good on the castle area. But say you take like a Civic or something like that, the Honda S800, put a tune on it. This is the only one I've got tuned, but again, there'll be tuners out there. I've got really good tunes. But obviously this will be the best because it's like the only off-road one, because it's really, you need a pretty off-road car for Bamburgh Castle. So that's basically what I'm suggesting for that, but again, try and find some other tunes if you don't have this car. So yes, that is it guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope you found it to be helpful to complete your autumn season, to get 50%, 80% or 100% or whatever you're wanting. If you're having any trouble, remember to join the live stream either tomorrow or Saturday. You'll see it scheduled later on, probably once I've decided when I'm going to do it. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and hit the like button on this video. That will massively help me out. Don't forget to check the Forzathon video, which will pop up in just a second on the end screen. And I hope to see you all on the live stream. Any questions, ask me in the comments. I'll try my best to reply to you. And also check out the description for timestamps, any other info as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.